Lord Jamar says he picks Kanye West over Kendrick.
Now, it seems like for some reason, ever since the Kendrick Lamar versus Drake battle happened, a lot of people have come out to say they don't like Kendrick's music, right? Now, that's probably because he doesn't make watered down music. He doesn't make club happy dance music like Drake. And there's been a lot of lyrical rappers at that. Like, so Lord Jamar, he's on a podcast giving his opinion once again on Kendrick Lamar, saying he hates his music. So let's get into it and see what he's talking about, man.
Whose music would I rather listen to? I'm not gonna lie, probably Kanye. Probably Kanye. I'm just not a big Kendrick guy like that. I'm sorry. That makes me a bad person on the internet. You know, I don't know if it's, but yeah. And now I might get in trouble for saying that. Like, because the last time I said this, I picked Game over Kendrick. Oh my God, Game! They twisted. Don't keep Kendrick out your mouth. I'm just saying.
It's nothing wrong with picking any artist over Kendrick, but this dude is going out of his way to be a Kendrick hater.
What up, word? Your boy Charles Brown back again, talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapp to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. We all know at this point who Lord Jamar is, and we know why he does what he does. It is usually from a place of deep-seated and pure, unadulterated hate. And at this point, he's taking this New York East Coast hate bias to the next level. I've seen this before, but I've never seen it at this level. At this point, Lord Jamar is the grand master of that good old-fashioned 5 barrels New York hate. And I'm saluting my New Yorkers. You know I ain't got no disrespect to you guys, but we just going to be honest. Most of the hate that came off that couch back in the day, a lot of hate coming off that couch. That was New Yorkers hating on the West, hating on the South. Just be honest, New York. Before you lie to me, be honest with yourself. A lot of dudes in New York hated on the West Coast, hated on the just everywhere that wasn't the East, wasn't New York. Even dudes from Philly couldn't get no love in New York. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Jersey dudes couldn't get no love in New York. You had to do a hell of a lot. Right? Tretch had to do a hell of a lot. Redman had to do a hell of a lot to get that New York love. Let's just be honest. New York is a special place. Salute to my New Yorkers. But y'all dudes mastered this. And when you like a Super Saiyan, like the highest level, the boss level of haters, Lord Jamar is right there. It might only be one boss level higher, and it might be 50 Cent. I think 50 Cent is the final boss, but I think Lord Jamar is right under there. This guy is a mini boss, but he's a hard-ass mini boss to beat, and this dude is a hater. We all know it. We all know Lord Jamar from the seminal group, the Brand Nubians. He hates everything, hates everyone, right? I'm an old guy. I'm going to tell you a commercial. I might not remember this commercial, but they go, look at Mikey. He hates everything. He likes it, but they're eating Chex cereal, right? Look up the Chex cereal commercial. And Mikey, they surprised Mikey eat because he hates everything. He hates everything. That's Lord Jamar. And we've learned to take Lord Jamar, a.k.a. the God body, at his word for many years. And I've laughed through many of his Vlad interviews. Some of that stuff funny. Some of that stuff will make you chuckle. Some of that stuff will get you mad. You'll be like, yo, what do you mean? But it's always entertaining. But to me now, it's not entertaining anymore. I'm just going to be honest. I've watched Lord Jamar ramble on about this flat earth stuff. I've seen him destroy friendships like Godfrey and other people. I've seen him completely spiral off on topics that he's clearly wrong about, but he won't reverse course. He doesn't shift with the times. He won't shift his energy a little bit. It's like a stubborn fool. Just gonna be honest, gang. Just gonna be honest. Even when we need him the most, he's on the other side of history. Right? We all doing this. He's doing that. He got the MAGA hat on, calling women B's and C's, right? This guy is on the other side of history and doesn't care, right? The God pod. I can't sit through. I just haven't gotten around to unsubscribing. I'm just gonna be honest. I see it pops up in my feed. I just haven't gotten around. I'm not ever watching that shit again. I ain't watched that shit in 2 years, right? But what I do see is clips of Jamar, and they're always awful and they're always offensive. And this new latest clip that I just saw was Lord Jamar being asked, just ask a basic question. You may say, Charles, he got a right to his opinion. He do have the right to his opinion. And I got a right to say that I don't like it. So the guy asked him, I don't even know who the guy was. Salute to the guy that was on the stream with him. But he asked him, yo, whose music would you right now, if you got to pick one, for whatever reason, I don't even remember what the reason was, but would you pick Kanye music or Kendrick music? And I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna go and say, because he said he don't like, in the interview he said I don't like Kendrick's music. All of a sudden, he don't like Kendrick music, right? But he goes and says, Kanye's music, Graduation, Kanye's classic works, whereas they're undeniable. They're undeniable. Late Registration, Graduation, college Dropout, right? It's irrefutable. This is classic material. No one's going to argue down about that. But it's 2025, and we see who Kanye West is. And you're saying you're going to take Kanye's music, which is an abomination of hip-hop at this point, all over the place with a bunch of nonsense, right? Condemning everyone and everything, but you're going to choose Kanye's music over Kendrick's music. Fine, let's have a discussion. I know some of you are going to say, well, Charles, he got the right to have his own opinion, and yo, that Kanye, that early Kanye bumps all the way up to My Dark Twisted Fantasy. He had a bump in the road here and there, and I didn't like 808s or Heartbreaks, but listen, 808 and Heartbreaks changed the game. Well, you got to give it to him, Charles. Boy, listen, in 2025, my ear, you think if I'm going to choose one of them to listen to the rest of my life, it's going to be some old-ass Kanye music that I know he's not even about that life no more? I know that Kanye is not a real person. I'm going to fly this spaceship. All that stuff he's singing and this and that. He want to get a new job, all this stuff, and he's talking about his cousin, his niece, and da-da-da. He's talking about family business. You think I want to hear that fake-ass shit that he don't believe no more in 2025? You think I'm going to sit there and listen to Spaceships and My Big Brother? I think I'm going to hear all that, right? Family Business, that'll bring a tear. I play that joint in my car. I play Family Business to this day in my car. My wife gonna start crying, right? They don't mean a thing. All these things, I tell you that all these fancy... Listen, I missed the word, but listen. Wifey gonna start crying. That's how beautiful that music was, because we felt that, right? We felt it. You think I still listen to that with the same emotion and confliction as I do Kendrick? You think I'm going to give up Damn to Pimp a Butterfly? You think I'm going to give up Mr. Morale? You think I'm going to give up GNX? Section 80? Good Kid, Mad City? I'm giving up all that for some shit that Kanye, half of that he didn't write? And all of it he don't believe no more? You think I'm taking that shit? See, that's what I'm talking about. Lord Jamar, to me, he's so staunch in his hate and his hypocritical way of thinking. He don't like where Kendrick is, that Kendrick is the culture right now. He can't stand it. Like I told you in the beginning of the video, that New York hate, that block, yo, son, yo, B, right? I ain't got no problem. I love New Yorkers. I know a lot of New Yorkers. I go to New York all the time, right? But Lord Jamar's that old school New York hate. So he's decided he don't like Kendrick. So you could have put just about any name up and he would have said Kendrick. Yo, B, bust it. Vanilla Ice or Kendrick? After further review, I'm going to have to go with Vanilla Ice because he kept it real. He kept it a buck. This guy would pick anybody over Kendrick. And that's the hypocritical part about it, the part that got me a little annoyed. Because when I saw the clip, I said, this dude ain't even thinking about this. He's just going to say Kanye. And I know some of you going to get in the comments, well, I'm going to choose Kanye. Well, that's okay. But at the end of the day, I know why he's choosing it. I don't know you in the comments, right? I know he's only saying Kanye because Kendrick got the culture right now. He don't like it. He said it several times. He don't like that at all. He's already sided with Game over Kendrick. He sided with whoever else was out there against Kendrick. Drake over everybody that he can side with over Kendrick, he's siding with him. So I know it's bias. So it's not coming from a place of, let me consider, well, you know, Ye got that, he do got that, you know, when I get my money right. He's not considering the tracks. He's not considering the songs. Oh, that Good Life, that's my shit. No, he's not considering these songs. He just don't like this man. And he's decided that he's jealous of him and he wants to bring him down by adding to the negativity in the spin. And that's my problem with Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar went on that. I had the video a few months ago where he went on that thing, and you saw how he spazzed out on he's supposed to be defending the flat earth, right? But it comes into a whole spiral where he's calling the guy very derogatory names that begins with F's and all this and that, where now this guy gotta be, when I see him in real life, he wouldn't be saying this, he gonna beat the guy up because he can't prove that the earth is flat. And then he feel like they drugged him, and he was out of his wits, and he was out of sorts. No, dudes, you wasn't out of your wits and out of sorts. The earth is round. That's what happened. So you're trying to prove a point that you can't prove because it makes no sense. So then you get mad at the guy for sunning you about everything you're saying because you came in there, take a tennis ball. If water come off the tennis ball, dumbass, the reason the water won't stay on the tennis ball because gravity's pulling it down to the ground. Gravity exists because the earth is a mass and it pulls a massive amount of gravity. And it does that in a circle. But I'm not arguing with you about that. What I'm saying is the simple fact of the matter is you don't like Kendrick, and that's okay. But I have my opinion, and I got this platform to speak on it. This old head hate that you got is going to self-destruct on you because the culture is moving away from that old school 40 in a blunt, Timberland boots. And I'm about to give me, I got Timbs right now. I'm about to give me a fresh pair of, I'm going to get some, you know what I'm saying? The Butters. I'm getting me another pair, right? But it's not about that. What it is about this mentality where you can't change, you can't shift with the culture. You hate that you never got where he is. That's what the real story is. That's what the real problem is. And you want to be a part of another side of the story where he doesn't exist. You want an alternate universe. You want the multiverse, right? You want the Kendrick in the other universe where he's a nerd and he works at Popeyes or something, right? And we never heard of him. That's not what we got here. In this universe, that man is controlling this culture no matter who says he ain't. Not controlling it, but this is who the culture has put as the person that they want to support, right? So on that note, if you could look up in 2025 and say, give me Kanye's music, you're weird. Knowing who Kanye has become, the person that Kanye has become, that Kanye from back then would hate this guy. You know how they always say, I'll go back in history and I'll kill Hitler. That Kanye would probably go forward in time and kill this guy. I'm just going to be honest. I don't think that this was set well with him at all. To see himself barefoot in a damn swastika shirt. You think young Kanye with the backpack and the pink polo, if he saw himself, no fresh cut, beard all scraggly, walking around with this white girl with two pasties on her boobs, she ain't even got nice looking gear on. She look crazy. You think that guy would want this to be his legacy? This guy? Especially after you tell him where Diddy's at, and then he'd be like, wait, I'm supporting this guy? I'm making music? I'm the only guy on the whole earth putting out songs with him? Yes, Kanye has a song with Diddy and put his own daughter on there. Northwest is on a song with Kanye and Diddy. Put that in your bonnet. So no, Mr. Lord Jamar, you're not on the right side of history, gang. But he never will be as long as he keeps hating on Kendrick. But at the end of the day, you can hate on Kendrick and do all you want. It's people like me that's going to come out and speak against it. And no, you ain't got to like Kendrick, but we know why you hate him, and that's the problem. CLBMG, I'm going to catch you on the flip side. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. Share the video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine.
CLB.